So my name is Athena Wallace. I am from Colorado Springs and attended Wallace High School. I graduated from the College Readiness and Success program in 2012. I'm a junior at CU Boulder now, attending CU Boulder on a full-ride bachelor scholarship, majoring in integrative physiology, neuroscience, and biochemistry. Currently taking 22 credit hours a week, and I work about 30 hours a week in my on-campus job as well as my lab job, where I do research at CU on the neurobiology of addiction. So I come from a family where my biological mother had 4 children before me, and then with my dad she had myself and 2 younger brothers. My dad went to prison when I was in the 3rd grade for building a bomb, and we were homeless a lot of my childhood. We were taken away from my parents, like I said, several times. I was in foster care 9 times. There were times when my mom wouldn't hold a job and we would move as many times as 13 times in 1 year. So that made going to school and keeping my grades up really hard. I was selected for the College Readiness and Success program when I was actually a senior in high school, so I only came through for 1 year, but it was a very beneficial year. One of the counselors, or one of the people who worked in the College and Career Center at my high school, just called me in one day and said, "Hey, I think this program will be great for you." So the reason she did that was because at the time I was going through foster care, which I think was the 9th out of 9 times that I'd been in foster care. While I was in the College Readiness and Success program, I was actually kicked out of my foster home. 17 years old, working full-time, taking 7 AP classes, and I didn't have a place to live. So I moved in with one of my friends from school, and from there, this program actually offered me a lot of the knowledge that helped me get to college, and I don't think I'd be in college without this program. Specifically, the workshop held at Pikes Peak Community College, which addressed FAFSA. I didn't have any parental tax information to provide, and I didn't think I'd be eligible for any financial aid. One of the people who work at Pikes Peak Community College, and now she's actually over at UCCS, I still keep in touch with her, helped me with my FAFSA and taught me about something called the McKinney-Vento Act, which is an act that basically protects underage youth who don't have a place to live, or who are doubled up living with someone else who's not their family. And by her help with that FAFSA information, I was able to realize that I was eligible for financial aid, and then that further pushed me to continue to apply for colleges because it became a more realistic goal for me at that time. After I finish school at CU, I'll be taking the MCAT exam, which is the medical college's admission test. And after that test and applying to medical colleges, I'm hoping to go to medical school, where I hope to later become a neurologist. And I want to do research on memory and memory loss, specifically as related to protein synthesis and degradation and how those processes affect memory both in the short term and long term, as well as in disease states such as Alzheimer's. I talk to the students a lot about their first year of college and what it's like, or what it will be like. And I've had the opportunity to be inspired by the students who I've met here every time that I've come back. And this is the first time I've come back to speak, but I've come back other times just to be here because I think it's a really great environment to be in. But as I continue to learn their stories and continue to be inspired by them, it morphs the way that I present the knowledge that I have to them. Because if knowledge is presented in a way that you can't understand or that isn't useful to you, it won't make the impact on your life that it could. So today I've shared with them some of the most important things that you don't know about college before you get there, that it's really helpful to know. I've shared with them what surprised me, what challenged me. I've shared with them ways to cope with those challenges, and I've shared with them just like a basic underlying principle of knowing who you are before you arrive at school, because it's my firm belief that if you don't know what your core values are before you go to such a grand place with so many opportunities, that you can very easily be led astray. And so by sharing my methods with them of learning who you are and finding your values and setting your goals. I think I'm giving them a possible pathway that will help them in their next 4 years and hopefully in their next 50 years, and following a path that gets them to their goal and only making choices that relate to that specific goal that they want to accomplish. If I hadn't gone to college, I might still be a car hop at Subway. I might be homeless again. I might, like one of my 5th grade teachers told me I would, have dropped out of high school and have 2 kids by now. I might be on drugs. I might not have a job or a way to support myself. And because I did go to college, I have scholarships that provide for my tuition. I have a job that allows me to pay my bills every month, whether that's my rent or my phone bill or my Wi-Fi and cable or utilities. Because I did go to college, I have a fantastic support network, including friends who I can go to for any kind of advice that I will need and any kind of support that I will need. Because I did go to college, I will have a successful career. Because I did go to college, I will go to medical school. Because I did go to college, I will accomplish my dreams. Because I did go to college, I will be the doctor that I've always wanted to be. And if I hadn't taken those steps and had that support, and if I hadn't been through this program, I wouldn't be able to accomplish those dreams, and I wouldn't be able to live the entire life that I've always wanted. And I think it's really important to recognize that as we're going through high school, or as I was going through high school, it's the littlest choices that make the biggest difference. And one of those choices is the fact that today I'm going to sit down and write a scholarship essay. Today I'm going to sit down and apply to college. Today I'm going to show up to school so I can go to the College Readiness and Success program. Because that little choice can make the difference in your knowledge base, or in your support system, or in the financial aid that you might be able to get because you've done your FAFSA form. And all of those little tiny choices make such big impacts that you have to remember to make every one of those choices in the best way in order to have that best impact that you can have.